Well, thank you for showing up. Well, but you couldn't do anything about it. It just happened. So, are there any questions so far? Yeah. Yeah, all I want you to know, you don't have to do anything. You're already perfect the way you are. You're already enlightened. There's nothing to do. This is it. So, no hope, no promises. It's just this. It's so easy. And what?
End of talk.
In the talk?
End of talk.
End of talk, yeah. So thanks for sharing. Yeah. Now let's come up with a story. And yeah. Yeah, in my daily life, I give talks for businesses. So I'm talking about non-duality, but they haven't got a clue that I'm talking about it. So otherwise, no one would book me anymore. But it's fun, and in Holland, a lot of people seem to be open for it, even leaders. So it's fun. Yeah, life is simple, not easy. That's a quote I like. Why is it so simple? Because everything is just exactly as it is. It couldn't be different from what it is. So it's simple. But it's not easy because life has the tendency of flip-flopping us all the way around and putting us in stress and fear and all the emotions. And that just goes on. So it's not always easy, but it's always simple because it's always just as it is. Well, all of you, of course, know a lot about non-duality. And what it does, it's like in the 17th century, we discovered that the Earth was actually round and not flat. And it was a huge shock for people. But I think we live in a time where we've got another shock. First of all, there's no free will. And first of all, you don't exist. I mean, that's a shock. So the movie The Matrix, maybe you've seen it. They also use the metaphor with the blue pill and the red pill. And to me, the interesting thing is we live in this reality. We experience ourselves, like here, as if we are individuals. And it looks, for me, as if I'm the one talking now. It even seems to be real for me that I am the one deciding what words I speak. It's not true, but it's reality that's been created in this illusion, which is fun. So, it is fun, yeah. You don't have to get rid of that. That's, if you have the red pill, they say, no, everything is simply one consciousness, one energy, whatever. And it's just happening. And this is really weird to hear this for the first time, because we're so conditioned to believe this is true. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the red pill. And I have to say, you only have to remember one thing. And that is that everything that I'm telling you is not true. So what's interesting about neuroscience to me is that we now know that our unconscious brain is amazing. It's processing about 11.2 million bits each second. The only thing is our consciousness is only 60 bits. So actually we have got absolutely no idea what we're doing. So we don't. Because right now, for instance, your 60 bits, your awareness is at my voice. But you've been sitting on a chair for like 20 minutes. You can feel the pressure against your bum and back. And now go with your awareness to the feeling against your back. Right now, you're not aware of your breathing. And now go with the 60 bits. Breathe in like this. Now you're not aware of the position of your feet. And now the 60 bits go to the feet. So your consciousness is like a torch in a total black environment. It's like from one point to another. So, and we think we are aware of something, but we, you know this metaphor, you've seen it a million times. Everything is the ocean, we're just a drop in the ocean. But once we are 1.5 years old, the brain, for the first time, is processing self-awareness. So if you have a child that's 1 year old and you place the child in front of a mirror, the child has got no clue who it is. From when you're 1.5, the child says, this is me. So 1.5 years, you're truly enlightened, life is bliss. And then it starts, I am separate. You suddenly think, this is me. This cat, for instance, it has got awareness, but it has no self-awareness. So it is aware of a projection in the mirror, but it is not self-aware. It doesn't. But what happens when we think we're separate, then the next thought that pops up is like, I have to be good enough. And you're the whole day through busy with your self-image. What will people think of me? Will they like me? Am I beautiful enough? Am I smart enough? And this is when the ego starts, and it starts to ask the environment, please confirm me that I am good enough. So the first struggle in our heads begin with the idea that I'm not good enough. And we find strategies. Some people become really dominant, aggressive, conflict-seeking, and also in companies, they're like these the testosterone guys pretending to be good enough. Actually, this insecure little puppet with a minority complex compensating, but they don't see it that way mostly. And the other one is pleasing. These people try to please everyone, to be good enough for someone else, because if I'm good enough for you, I'll be good enough. And that's where the struggle begins, also in relationships. It's this. The next illusion is we can control life. We can't at all. We have got like zero control, which is great, so you don't have to worry about anything. But as we believe we are in control, the struggle begins, because if something goes wrong, we become frustrated, because we think it could have been different from what it is. So that's this cloud, frustration. Then if we look at the future, there's fear. What might be happening in the future. So we lay awake in bed and spinning, all the doom scenarios, etc. And if you think people could have done something different in the past, you start blaming people, but you also feel guilty because you think, I should have done it differently. You couldn't have done it differently. It's exactly as it is. This is it. But in our heads, this starts, and this gives us a lot of stress, suffering, and the struggle begins. And as this feels so terrible, we try to compensate, and we try, I want to get rid of this suffering, and we're gonna buy stuff. And so we go to the shop, and we buy a new car, new clothes, new shoes, and it works for a while. Because if you buy something, a little endorphin is released in the brain, and for a moment, you feel this light again. And then it's back. So we have this consuming society. We keep buying and buying and buying. Also, you can go drink beer, eat chocolate. There are a lot of strategies to get rid of the struggle. A lot of people like, I need therapy. There's something wrong with me. And you go to a therapist, and the therapist will tell you, yes, you are separate. You could have done it differently in the past. You have to be good enough. You have to be a better version of yourself. Oh, let's look at your frustration. Yeah, the past should have been different. And try to forgive your mom and dad. And oh man, it's just so they keep you busy forever. So, which is fine. It's also just happening. And I'm going to be spiritual. That's also. Once I'm spiritual, the suffering will be gone. And you are starting to create this huge spiritual ego, and you suddenly think you are someone. But you're not only someone, you're someone who knows something. Yeah. The great thing about non-duality is what I like, is that this first idea is not even true. So it's not looking at all this blah, 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 blah. It's going directly to this one. There's no I. You are just consciousness at play. That's it. And once this is seen, then the process of awakening starts, and then this will disappear. Not in one day. Can take some time. But once you're asleep, the self-awareness in the brain is turned off. You have got absolutely no idea that you are someone while sleeping, which makes sleeping very nice. You're not aware of it, that's the bummer. But and then you wake up, and the little self-awareness arises for a moment, and it's lovely. And then after a few seconds, it's like, ah! And you go to work, and here we go again with the whole blah blah blah. So yeah, non-duality is pointing at the illusion of I'm separate. You're not separate. We're all one. It seems we're separate because the brain is creating that illusion the whole day through.
What happens when you die?
When you die, they put you in a coffin and bury you under. That's mostly the case. No, but you don't exist now either. This is an illusion. You cannot die. It's impossible. Okay, this little piece of energy will be eaten by worms. That will change. Yeah.
Which is not your body and which is not Paul, which you can't define. you actually also sense that to be the only thing that really is. Is that not so? So you see all the other elements that may be fighting with you. You know, when you say you punch somebody in the tummy, you see this as a play within that no thing. Would that be correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
So in that sense, you do feel connected through the no thing with whatever happens, because the game is being played in that no thing. So you are, in that sense, one with everything.
In that sense, absolutely. But this is the inside of the red reality. So we play in this playground, but we know this to be real. So I'm talking to you, but I know I'm also you. So therefore, I can never blame you for anything. I can never hate you. There's just compassion, let's say, or you see the innocence of everything. So there's no one doing it. It's just you. It's the universe playing the game.
So Paul, you say you work with corporate guys?
Yeah.
And what's their reaction usually? I mean, this is a whole bunch of non-dual people.
Well, first I try to show them what they see is not real, and I do some magic tricks also. So their mind is like, and first of all, I want to make them laugh, because laughing is opening the mind. And then I go step by step, deeper and deeper. And it's amazing how far I can go. Sometimes I can totally go down the rabbit hole. And sometimes I have to be more careful, but it's just different with each audience. But there's no huge, if the audience is at this level to go here, they will not grab it. It's for me, it's the challenge to be here, so they can grab it, and one by one.
And so what do they do with your message?
I don't know. It's not in my hands either. I can see that some leaders have woken up during the years, but it's not thanks to me. I mean, it's just life expressing itself. And to be honest, I don't mind what's happening. It's either way good. If someone just, oh, it was fun, and moves on, it's fine. If someone gets it and the struggle in his life becomes less, it's fun. But I have no desire to wake people up or anything, because that would mean that I would say that there was something wrong with this, and there's nothing wrong with thoughts or struggle or fear. At the moment we think there's something wrong with our emotions, that's where the struggle begins. If you're sad, you're sad. If you're angry, you're angry. If you're happy, you're happy. It's all just happening.
So how do you judge how deep you should go down the rabbit hole? Audience.
I don't know, it's just the feeling in my stomach, I guess. I just feel if I connect with the audience, and then it's just feeling it. I cannot rationalize it.